Hi, Mary Ann Dozer here, talking dry fly fishing, but for this segment, I'm going to talk about fishing downstream. Most of the time I want to fish upstream. I think that's my preferred method, and you can check my video out on that. But occasionally, particularly on crystal clear water, I do want to fish downstream. One, I want to make sure I can do a cast, that I get a lot of slack in the line. The water is going to grab the fly, going to pull the fly in that loose line below it. The challenge is going to be keeping enough loose line to get that natural drift. The other challenge is going to be setting that hook. It's going to be really easy to pull that hook out of the fish's mouth when you go to set it. So think about your set. Depending upon how much loose line you have, you might need to do it right away. If there's not a lot of loose line, you might need to delay just a little second. So with that, I'll do a demonstration. The key thing here is you want to have some slack in your line when that fly lands. Okay, I just threw a wiggle cast. You'll notice I put my rod tip down, and the current, if you watch, the current has grabbed my fly and is pulling that slack out of there, and I can feed a little bit more out if I want. Challenge is setting the hook, of course. I like to fish downstream if I can, at a little bit of an angle again. Sometimes you got to do it directly downstream, same method. I'm going to do a wiggle cast. Didn't land where I wanted, I'm fishing it anyway. It's almost directly downstream of me. I'm going to let that fly go downstream, and you'll notice by raising and lowering my rod tip, I can let a little bit more line out. I'm going to have to strip this line back. Don't be surprised if that fish takes your fly as soon as you start to strip it back, because it's going to make it look a little bit more alive. Fishing downstream, we're close up here. I want you to see the cast that I'm doing, as well as the line management methods I'm using as soon as that fly hits the water. So I'm casting. You're going to notice I stop high, but I put a little wiggle cast into the cast. Now I'm letting that loose line or slack line go downstream, and I'm just feeding it out a little bit, helping it out a little bit there with my excess. And I did that by raising and lowering my rod tip. Let's watch that again. I've got to pull my line in to cast. Casting, I'm shooting line with each false cast. I got enough line out. I'm going to stop high, wiggle cast, take that cork back and forth. I'm letting the current take that slack out of the line. Now I want to get a little bit longer drift by raising and lowering my rod tip and slowly feeding some line out.